Ladies and gentlemen, race fans from all around the world, tonight we celebrate a dream. One man, one crazy idea, a vision so wild people laughed, shook their heads and said, that'll never work. But Wayne Bridges didn't back down. No, he said, let's take asphalt cars and run them on dirt. They said he was out of his mind. They said it couldn't be done. But guess what? Bam! Here we are! Welcome to Wayne's World Racing Series, now proudly known as the S Series. Yeah, that's right, asphalt street stocks on dirt. Where drivers strap into these pavement beasts and sling them sideways through the clay. This is the wildest, craziest, most heart-pounding show you'll ever see. And you're watching it on BobbethTV, called by the voice himself, the one and only Bob. These dirt warriors are throwing asphalt muscle like it's nothing. Slide jobs, door slams, and chaos from green flag to checkers. Who's your pick? Who can tame the ass and take the crown this year? Buckle up, race fans, because tonight history writes another chapter. Started with a dream, just a wild, crazy plan. Wayne Bridges stood tall, said, I know I can take those asphalt cars, put them on the clay. They all laughed, but look at us today. Welcome to Wayne's World, let's light it up. Dirt flying high, no give it up. From the blacktop kings to the clay track fight, S Series, baby, this is your night. This is your night. Pavement beasts throwing tails in the dirt, roosters flying and the engines hurt. Bob on the mic calling every turn as those tires spin and the clay roads burn. Welcome to Wayne's World, let's light it up. Dirt flying high, no giving up. From the blacktop kings to the clay track fight, as serious, baby, this is your night. This is your night. They said he was crazy, said it couldn't be done. But Wayne lit the fuse, and we all saw the sun. Now the dirt explodes, hear that battle cry. Take the ass or kiss that dream goodbye. Welcome to Wayne's World, let's light it up. Pavement beasts in the dirt, what's up? From the blacktop kings to the clay track fight, S Series, baby, this is your night. This is your night. Wayne Bridges, you mad genius, you did it. This is the S Series, baby, and it ain't going anywhere.
Alright, BobbethTV is live. You know what that means. We've got another episode of Mudmule TV coming your way. We've got two races here today. We'll start off with Wayne's World Racing Series. Asphalt street stocks here at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. If I can get those details there, they are up on our screen. We're in Bakersfield, USA, for 8.46 kilometre track. It is the first of two races. Second one will be the Shuler Racing Series non-wing 14 sprints. But first we're going to get through our twin 25-lap main events here tonight. Still about 6-7 minutes in practice to go before we get on over to qualifying. But yeah, let's get down to the track and have a look at some of these times, see who's doing what. See there, chap, football 14.198 is quick time 14.689 seems to be his last lap. So the track's come off about 5/10, and we can sort of see that looking at everyone's times and their best times and their current times a little bit further up the track total. So Brett Vanderwood, Wayne Bridges 14.255, 16.314, 14.357, 14.889 for Wayne Bridges. Although Alan Hunt 14.376, he's out there getting some quick times. Just got, 13 drivers registered. So we've got the 11 on our screen. Chad, Football, Brett Vanderwood, Wayne Bridges, Alan Hunt, Christian Shrewsbury, Dawson, Potter, Mike Davis, Timo Brown, Brian Angel, and Matthew Land, along with James Stratton and Doug Norton. James watching in the audience and has gone, you know what, these guys make it look fun. I'm coming to race with them. So James Stratton out on the field. To Alan Hunt, one of our victors this week. He took out the Dirt Street Stocks race yesterday. So I wonder if we can repeat that with the Asphalt Street Stocks here today. Third quickest with a 14.337, 14.437 there on that last lap. So just a 10th off of the time. There's quick time. Dan Runkle in the Facebook chat. Cars look smooth out there. Yeah, these guys make these Asphalt Street Stocks look like they're meant to be on the dirt, and I've tried to race with them and I can't figure out how they do it. Oh, look out. As we say that, a couple of the guys coming unstuck there. That's Brett Vanderwood. Mrs. Catch Fence works. Yep. We'll definitely be seeing that in action here tonight. Street stocks as well as the non-wing 410 sprints coming up after this one. So about 2 minutes left in practice before we head on over to qualify, and then we'll get our heat racing going. Alright, I think my alert box was turned off. That's why I haven't been doing sounds lately. Thank you for the like, Lolly. Appreciate it. Quick and clean. Quick, clean. See the track. I'm going to smash my fingerprints all over the glass. Well done, Bob. As we quickly race on over to our qualifying, there's Brett Vanderwood 14 at 139 was our quick time in practice. Will he be our quick time in qualifying? Let's find out. There we go. I can see again. All right. There's a lot of throttle control required with these cars on dirt, I imagine. Yeah. Yep. I would definitely be placing a tennis ball, an egg, anything under the accelerator to just give you that little bit of advantage. As the boys all start to roll out. And Alan Hunt, Wayne Bridges, Brian Angel, Matthew Land out there. Coming in first of all, 15.07.3, 15.09.4. Travis McDonald, Alan Hunt, Wayne Bridges, Brian Angel, Chris Dandridge, top 5 there, but starting to get some 14s coming in now. 14.907, 14.666, 14.649, 14.397. As you can see, open qualifying, so all the cars out on the track at the same time. Travis McDonald with 368. Push that 397 of Wayne Bridges back down to second. Wayne's like, I can fix that. 14.313. Holy shit. These times are getting good. We're going to run the full 5 minutes for qualifying and it's just best time or what? Let's have a look and see what qualifying says. 10 laps, 5 minutes. So yeah, the boys do have a couple of opportunities to try and put in a best lap time here. Wayne Bridges 14.313's quick time has fallen to second. 14.243 is our new quick time, Brett Vanderwood. Dan, this makes me want to come out of retirement. You should, Dan. Look, this is not what we would call a competitive league. Yeah, it wouldn't be too much pressure on you, man. Come on. Love to see you back out on the track. Cars looking to run some laps. 14.243 is the time to beat. 14.341 for this man, Chad Putterbolt, on our screens. Oh, there we go. The alerts are starting to work again. That's good. Thomas Dennis, thanks for the like, my man. Love it. Might bring my Herbie tribute car back out. I missed the Herbie tribute. I do miss it, Dan. Alan Hunt, thanks for the awesome broadcast. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for putting on an awesome show. Always, my man. Alan Hunt, 14 at 380. Looks like 6th quickest, as looks like qualifying is wrapping up. We're going to get to our heat races. We did have a 14th driver register, so I'd wager that it is going to be 2 heats of 5 and 1 of 4. We'll have to wait and see. Just 20 more seconds. The boys will let that time roll out. The guys need a time to grab a drink, things like that. The 44 of Dawson at Potter, 14.423, 7th quickest in today's qualifying. Thank you for the like, brother. Appreciate you. There we go. Looks like we're going to get our first lot of actual racing underway here today. We're starting off with the Wayne's World Arse Racing Series Asphalt Street Stocks here at Kevin Harvick's Kern's Raceway. Alright, so our first heat for the Wayne's World Arse Racing Series at Kern's Raceway is going to be Brett Vanderwood and Travis McDonald on that front row. Dawson Potter and Doug Norton on that second row. Third row is going to be Tim L. Brown. I wonder what kind of chaos there would be if they were in that small dirt oval. I was thinking the same thing. As we had that wide shot and we could see the little Legends track on the infield, I was sort of like, man, imagine if they were racing that one. That'd just be constant second, third gear burnouts. Cowboy Rusty in the Twitch chat. Hey, mate, how are you? I'm good, brother. I still got to get my shout-outs working, but definitely if you are watching via Twitch or can see that, give Cowboy Rusty a follow. Does some great Twitch streams. Chat put off. Thanks for the like. Brian Angel Sr., thank you for the like. Good luck out there tonight, boys. Looks like we're about to get this one started. Red light, green flag has been at wave fun. He's got the race started into the first turn. It's pretty much going to be follow the leader. We talk about that a lot in heat 1. Track really not a lot done to it, so it will be based on position. And I think low line's probably going to be a little bit better there as Brett Vanderwood moves into the lead ahead of Travis McDonald and Doug Norton. Dawson Potter and Tim L. Brown back there as well. Chris Standridge, what's up? Chapelbot got a bit chaotic tonight for sure, especially the non-wing Fortes. Yeah, tonight, Monday night US, Tuesday morning Australian is usually the chaotic route. Brett Vanderwood still our race leader though. Doug Norton and Dawson Potter battling it out for second and third. So Travis McDonald unfortunately crashed, gone to the pits. Moves himself up into second. Doug Norton up high there. You can see that front left just getting lifted off the ground because of the banking. Do you guys have 6-7 in Australia as team slang this real big hero? Yes and no. I think people just, they're sheep. They're all sheep. Like, yeah, I don't. I get trends and stuff like that. I think that's when I realised I became an adult, when I stopped sort of relating with the weird trends, whatever was going on. But yeah, we do have 6-7 down here. It's dumb. All right, that is our first heat done and dusted. We're just going to quickly jump back and have a quick look at what happened with Travis McDonald. Oh, no, we're not. Oh, there we go. Looks like the 88 and the A just close by each other. Oh, I'm not sure what happened, but Travis didn't like it. Just pulled the car off the track. Let's get to our official results then. Alright, that's grid, Bob, that's not results. What's going on? Why are we still on replay? Can't get back to the live screen. There we go. All right, so the results for that prior race: Travis McDonald, 5th, Tim Brown 4th, Doug Norton 3rd, Kate Dawson Potter 2nd, Brett Vanderwood is our race winner. Sorry, I had a bit of trouble getting that back to the live screen here, so let's just get us back on track. Wayne Bridges, Chris Downridge on that front row, Matthew Land and Jonathan Foxworth on that second row, James Stratton will be on that third and final row. In 3 and 4 we go. We're going to get heat 2 on and underway. Green flag off we go, and racing Chris Downridge, Wayne Bridges, Jonathan Foxworth, Matthew Land, James Stratton as they get themselves up to speed. Dropped to a really good start there, but the 92 of Wayne Bridges, the Wayne in the Wayne's World Racing Series, is challenging him for that race lead right now. Back there in third, B-Main Bandit himself, Jonathan Foxworth, Matthew Landon, James Stratton, 4th and 5th. Looks like Wayne Bridges still holding on to that inside line to run on Chris Stanridge as we come to the end of the first half, so the halfway mark of our heat racing action. Looks like Jonathan Foxworth trying to get up there to challenge the boys as well. 2 laps to go. Chris make a move, a little bit of a tap at the back there. Wayne Bridges contact with Chris Standridge. Chris and Jonathan may come into contact as well, but it looks like it's okay there as Chris moves back into second spot. We come around for the white flag lap. Fourth last time in 2. Alright, results are ready as Heat 3 starts to line up. 5th place for MJM Racing, James Stratton, Matthew Land from Motor International, 4th, the B-Main Bandit, Jonathan Foxworth in 3rd, Outcast Racing's Chris Standridge in 2nd, but Wayne Bridges from Wayne's World Racing Series in 1st. Our final grid for the Wayne's World Arts Racing Series will be Chad Puttable on the front row alongside Alan Hunt, Mike Davis and Brian Angel on that second and final row. Truck has left the track. The boys will come around down the backstretch into 3 and 4 for the final time. We're going to get this 6-lap heat race underway. This is heat 3 of the Wayne's World Arts Racing Series, our first of 2 series races here today. We've also got the Shuler Racing Series non-wing 410 sprint cars up next. But speaking of that, Chris, since you're not on the track now, and the 6-7 question, do you guys have job as a slur in the US? Like the kids seem to think job is a slur word. I just want to give you a good old belt. Good old fashioned belting. No, I haven't heard that one. Use it in a. It's basically just like if I just asked you if you had a job, if I just said the word job as in employment, work, it's a slur. I might as well be saying a slur to them. They get all offended. Same with thumbs up. Thumbs up is apparently a passive aggressive response instead of just being okay. All right, last little lap. Let's get back to the broadcast while old guy rant here. Alan Hunt, our race leader. Chad Puttable in second. Mike Davis third. Brian Angel fourth as we get the checkered flag. Whoa, Chad flipped his car over the start finish line. That is insane. What a finish. I need three's results. Brian Angel for Yoda Outlaws in fourth. Modiki Mafia's Mike Davis in third. Dirt Warrior Racing's Chad Puttable second. But Alan Hunt will take out the third heat win as we get to the grid for our first of two feature races. This will invert the top 10 for the feature race. But front row, Tim Brown and Mike Davis. Excuse me, no hiccups. No, sorry, that's a burp, Bob. Oh, excuse me. Tim Brown and Mike Davis, front row. Jonathan Foxworth and Doug Norton on the second row. Chad Puttable and Chris Standridge, third row. Fourth row is going to be Dawson Potter and Alan Hunt. Fifth row is Wayne Bridges and Brett Vanderwood. Matthew Land and Brian Angel on that sixth row. And our seventh and final row for the grid, Travis McDonald and James Stratton. Off we go and racing 25 laps in this Consi battle. Cars on the track. Mike Davis, our race leader. Doug Norton comes into contact with Chris Standridge, I believe. No, that's Tim L. Brown. But looks like he was able to keep it straight. Mike Davis, Chris Standridge, Brent Vanderwood, and Jonathan Foxworth also part of the 5 currently. Looks like Brett Vanderwood and Jonathan Foxworth battling for third and fourth there. Back behind them, Doug Norton, Brian Angel, Alan Hunt, and Wayne Bridges. Looks like our first caution out here. Brian Angel might have been the victim. Let's have a quick look here as we get the right car. The 7, the green machine there with the 7 on it. That is Brian Angel. And just got a little bit of a clip there. Dropped him down into the infield tyre wall as he comes to a crash in the ambulance. Alright, Mike Davis, Chris Standridge front row, Jonathan Foxworth, Brett Vanderwood second, Doug Norton and Dawson Potter third row, Alan Hunt and Wayne Bridges on that fourth row, Chad Puttable and James Stratton fifth row, sixth row will be Tim Brown and Matthew Land, Travis McDonald on that seventh row by himself as Brian Angel still in the pits it seems. Back under racing conditions very soon. Our race cams as our consolation race continues on 11 of 25 laps in. Mike Davis, Jonathan Foxworth, Chris Standridge, Brett Vanderwood, Alan Hunt the 5, Dawson Potter, Chad Puttable, Wayne Bridges, Doug Norton and Tim Brown the 6 to 10. And we've got 11 to 14, that's Travis McDonald, James Stratton, Matthew Land and Brian Angel. Alan Hunt having a little bit of an issue there with the infield burn as he got pushed up the track a little bit. Currently in 5th place with Chad Puttable in 6th. He's going to come in on the inside line under him and battle for that top 5 run. Oh, a little bit of contact there between the two. So if these things can take a bit of a pushing though, like they can take a bit of contact and not really get too upset by it. As Chad Puttable moves himself into 5th now by the relative. Alan Hunt falling back to 6th as he's going to battle Dawson Potter now for that 6th and 7th spot. Alan Hunt still having a little bit of issue misjudging that infield burn, got the front left up on it a little bit there. Oh, there's the big crash, 91, the 09 one, sorry, Matthew Land, 99, Michael Mad Dog Davis. As we just reset, give me one moment guys, I'll be back in a second. All right, looks like currently single file, 21 and 25. Oh no, here we go, lining up 2 wide. Christian Jonathan Foxworth, Chad Puttable and Alan Hunt, Wayne Bridges, Dawson Potter, Doug Norton, Travis McDonald, Mike Davis, Tim Brown, James Stratton, Brett Vanderwood, Matthew Land and Brian Angel. As we get this one back under racing conditions. Stay up with the lead here. We've only got about 4 laps left in the consi. It's looking quite tense up the front here, the 29, the 72. Looks like he's actually pushing him through the turns there, a bit of a bump draft. Jonathan Foxworth, Chad, hiccups, Wayne Bridges. Dawson putting not far out of that 5 as well, but Chris Standridge, our race leader. Alan Hunt barely in second place with Chad put above third. Oh, some slight line changes, white flag, a lap. We're about to have a finish to our Consi. You do not want to crash now, boys. There is no yellow flag. There's nothing going to save you here. We come into the final turns 3 and 4. Chris Standridge, he's going to take out the Consi race. Chad Putabol second. Alan Hunt's going to finish third. Congratulations, boys. Just waiting for the Consi results to come on through. Here they are. All right, 14th place. We know Yoda Outlaws, Brian Angel secured at that position. Matthew Land for Motor International with 13th. Yoda Outlaws teammate Brett Vanderwood in 12th. MJM at Racing's James Stratton in 11th. Top 10, Tim L. Brown 9th. Travis McDonald. Mo Digging Mafia's Doug Norton in 8th. The B-Man Bandits, Jonathan Foxworth in 7th. Mo Digging Mafia's Mike Davis in 6th. KHR's very own Dawson Potter in that top 5. Wayne's World Racing Series, Wayne Bridges in 4th. Alan Hunt finished 3rd. DWR Dirt Warrior Racing's Chad Putabol in 2nd. But Chris Standridge for Outcast Racing will take out the Consi victory. Let's get straight on over to the grid for this one. We've got Tim O'Brien and Travis McDonald on the front row. Doug Norton and Jonathan Foxworth on that second row. Third row, Mike Davis and Dawson Potter. Fourth row is going to be Wayne Bridges and Alan Hunt. Chad Putabol and Chris Standridge on that 5th row. James Stratton and Brett Vanderwood, 6th row. 7th row, Matthew Land and Brian Angel. 25 more laps to come. This is our first of our 2 feature races here tonight. Wayne's World Arse Racing Series, Asphalt Street Stocks here at Kern's Raceway. And then we're going to jump on over to the Shuler Racing Series 410 non-wing sprints. Alright, here we go. Feature race, another 25 laps of Kern Raceway. Converted our field thanks to the Consi, and now we're going to run it out another 25 laps. Vicky Shuler in the chat. Hey, Vic. I know that they got a little bit worried with the twin 25 lap feature that it's going to be an extended race. The time was going to be a concern, so I know they've pushed the second race out a little bit, another 5 or 10 minutes. But I feel like we're on really good time right now. Oh, a bit of contact there between the 22 and the 52, nothing crazy. These things are able to take a beating, which is good. Oh, I say that, and the 9-9 and the 8. That is Brett Vanderwood and Michael Mad Dog Davis. Bringing out our first caution. Right. I thought there was a quick 2-minute warm-up between the features. that I was going to use to just go to the little BobbethTV's room real quick. So yeah, just bear with me, guys and girls. I'll be back soon. Lap 7 of 25. This is our feature race for the Wemswood iRacing Series. Asphalt Street Stocks here at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. Looks like our second caution has just come out. Just reset, get this one all lined back up. Looks like Tim L. Brown has retired from the race. James Stratton coming through pit lane as we speak. 12 cars still on the track. It's going to be Travis McDonald and Dawson, Potter, Alan Hunt and Chad Butterbolt, Jonathan Foxworth and Chris Downridge, Matthew Lander, Wayne Bridges, Brett Benwood, Doug Norton, Mike Davis and Brian Angel. So they wait for the pace truck to come on, boy. Here we go, they're lined back up again. Travis John, George Potter, Alan Hunt, Chad Ball, Jonathan Foxworth, Chris Sanders, Doug Norton, Matthew Lane, Wayne Bridges, Brett Vanderwood, Mike Davis, Brian Angel, James Stratton, Tim L. Brown. 14 cars. Lap 8 of 25. This is the feature for the Wemswood iRacing Series. Asphalt Street Stocks here at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. In. We've got our race leader, Alan Hunt, Chad Butterbolt, George Potter, Jonathan Foxworth, the 5. up on the halfway mark of this battle. 12.5 laps in, 12.5 still to come. Something like a car part on the track there. Looks like a shovel, to be honest. It's not really a car part, Bob. Ooh, caution out. Let's have a look. We didn't see that one on our screens. Let's see if we'll see what happened. Doug Norton, 52 machine. Just came down across the nose of the other Outlaws driver, and that sort of flipped him up onto his roof. Mentioned we were on good time, even though we extended the time out a bit to allow for any potential delays, and looks like it might have actually been a good move to do so. Alright, looks like we're getting this one set up and ready to get back underway. It'll be lap 15 at 25. Restart this one. Travis got it out on Hunt. Rogers got a Brett Bennett with 5, Chris Stanridge, Wayne Bridges, Brian Adrian, Mike Davis, Matthew Lamb with 10, 11 to 14, James Stratton, Jonathan Foxworth, Doug Norton, and Tim L. Brown. Dan says, where do I go to join back in? Is there a Facebook page? I forgot and don't have any of the guys' contacts on Discord. Yeah, Knuckleheadz iRacing League is the Facebook page. What do we got? We've got a caution. Give me a second. Give me a second. Let's jump over here. We've got Facebook chat. There you go, Dan. That should get you back in contact with the lads. Absolute pleasure to have you back on my screen, my man. So we'll restart yet again, lap 16 of 25, with 10 laps to come. Race lead with Alan Hunt, Chad Woodwell, the second and third place cars, George Potter, Wayne Bridges, 4th and 5th. Dan Rankin, thank you, sir. And I've decided Herbie will, yes, Herbie will return. Excellent. To come as these guys keep this race rolling. Hunt, Chad Pribov still in the 3 with Dawson Potter and Wayne Bridges 4th and 5th. Mike Davis, Brian Angel, Jonathan Fox, Chris Sanders, Brett Banner with the 6 to 10. Matthew Land, Doug Norton, James Stratton, Tim Mel Brown, the 11 to 14 as we get to the final 5 laps almost. A little bit of contact there between the 20 and the 72. Looks like picked Alan Moore there as he falls back to 3rd spot. It's going to be challenged by Dawson Potter as Chad moves that car up into 2nd. Look at that for a very minimal dashboard there. Not a lot of information being presented. I don't see a radio or 8-track or anything there. As we come up on the 23rd or 25 lap, still true to come. White flag lap. Alan Hunt, Chad Pribov, almost more contact there. You do not want that on the last lap. Our first lot of feature races are done, and well, not that far ahead of behind schedule. 13 minutes till the next lobby opens up. Get through all that with the results and the interview with Travis McDonald. Let's have a look at our results first, though. 14th, Doug Norton, Mo Digging Mafia. Tim L. Brown finished 13th. MJM's James Stratton in 12th. Motor International's Matthew Lane in 11th. And our Cast Racing's Chris Standridge in 10th. Yoda Outlaws, Brett Vanderwood in 9th. B-Main Bandit, Jonathan Foxworth in 8th. Yoda Outlaws teammate Brian Angel in 7th. Mike Davis for Moding Mafia in 6th. Our top 5, Wayne Bridges in 5th, K Charles very own Dawson Potter in 4th, Alan Hunt 3rd, DWR's Dirt Warrior Racing's Chad Pribov in 2nd. But Travis McDonald takes out the points victory here tonight. Let's get over to the interview channel. All right, this man started outside pole actually in the feature race after the 25 lap consi. Who started alongside you actually? Just trying to figure out who fell down. I think it must have been Tim L. Brown. He finished 13th and fell 12 slots. Yeah, that was a tough one. These cars can take a bashing. Holy hell.
Yeah.
Like we saw a lot of door-to-door action. I think I saw a couple where a couple of cars got a little loose, a little angled on the straightaways. But there were a few cautions, but some of those weren't called as cautions. The cars were able to get straight and keep going. But is that more of an advantage with these cars over to the normal street stocks, or is it a sort of a similar feel?
These seem a little more wigglier, I guess you could say.
I feel like
but
they're a little bit more
overall,
tougher, a
I
little bit
mean,
more sort of giving.
oh yeah, they are that for sure. I mean, you can beat and bang on these some where the normal ones, no, not as much. The only downfall I have seen on these, if you knock your nose off and it's a very big of a track, it kills you pretty bad.
Yep. Now, momentum, obviously, with the street stocks in any sense, and especially with asphalt street stocks here on dirt, momentum is a massive key and something you need. And obviously, that loss of momentum comes pretty quickly. How many laps was it really that you sort of had to take to get those speeds back up, like with the restarts and things like that, especially in the consi and in the heats? It looked like that low line was just really beneficial because it was just a shorter way around the track.
Yeah, the low line, I mean, I run mid some, but I don't know. The low line, just as long as you stayed steady and kept your momentum on the low line, it was fast. I mean, the outside line, you really had to run it to get anywhere.
Mm.
So I just kind of stayed low and just took my time, so to speak.
It looked like that was the key, was patience and just sort of picking your spots and not really trying to force anything there. There was a lot of 1-2 battles across the field. I know that Alan Hunt and Dawson Potter were having a great battle once. Sort of Chad got past Alan for second, and he was trying to sort of bridge that gap coming up to you. There was a couple of other guys towards the back of the field that were having some great battles. Jonathan and Brand, Chris and Matthew. Sorry, not Chris and Matthew. Matthew and James. We picked up James Stratton returning after watching you guys race yesterday. We've got another guy, Dan Runkle, looking to come back as well. It's just a test. Like I know that when this series started, I was sort of like, oh, this is going to be madhouse. This is going to be crazy. This is probably not going to be the popular series, but it has. It's turned into one of the best ones to watch. You guys put on a great show. You do make it look a little bit too easy though. So there's one thing for people to consider is what you see on the track has come from years of just throwing the weirdest track and car combos at these guys possible. So it's sort of it's kind of your skill sets are so diverse now that it just looks so good watching you guys out there. Now we've got the 410 sprints coming up next, and they'll be at, I've forgotten already. Let me just quickly check my notes. Williams Grove Speedway.
Williams Grove.
Yeah, now not too bad a track. Now I believe that's not the original track though, is it?
I don't think so.
I heard.
I can't remember. I know they swapped one of them, but I can't remember why.
Let's have a look. It definitely wasn't Kern because that one is on the schedule. So yeah, I'm going to assume it's.
I'll be honest with you, Williams Grove. They're going to have their hands full with these at Williams Grove.
yeah, and it is scheduled for Williams Grove. So I'm not sure. I remember seeing something middle of the night as I got up for one of those late night toilet breaks. I had a quick read and I was like, okay, I don't worry about what track's what until I set up the stream of a morning anyway. I'll find out then, type of thing. But no, it looks like that's the scheduled option. Oh no, I think John did a points update, so maybe. No, it's always been Williams Grove. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know what we're talking about there. All right, we've still got about 5-8 minutes till the other session opens up, so enough time for drinks, stretch your legs, a little bit of a break, things like that. So before we get to that part, Travis, friends, family, and sponsors, who do you want to give a shout out for making all this possible?
Lovely wife and kids, for supporting me racing, and the shop for giving me the money and opportunity to, so to speak. And of course, Bob, we always appreciate you for broadcasting for us. And we got a good group of guys here that race, and we all have fun, and that means a lot. You get a league together that everybody gets along and respects one another. It just makes a fun night of racing, no matter where you're at.
It does. It doesn't matter the car combo, the track combo, whether you feel like you're good at whatever. You're going to come in, you're going to pick up some skills, you're going to have a bit of a laugh, and you're going to have a good time. And that hopefully translates well via the broadcast out to the viewers and the audience as well. And I think it does, because they keep coming back every day to watch you guys do your thing. So keep up the great work, man. Can't wait to continue watching. Good luck in the 410 wingless sprints at Williams Grove. Like you said, that one is going to be a handful.
Yes, it is, Bob, and I appreciate it, man.
All right, brother, I will see you back on our screens in about 10 minutes' time. We'll have you back in the booth anytime we can. That part, obviously, always up to you. But like we say, I doubt it'll be too short between visits.
I hope not. I'll try my best.
All right, man, best of luck and congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, that was Travis McDonald. We're going to jump on over to the Shuler Racing Series non-wing 410 sprints in just a moment. So, look, stay tuned. We'll get some videos up on our screen and we'll be back soon. Oh, no, wrong one. Which one's? I think it's this one.
Fans, welcome to the Shuler Racing Series, where horsepower meets heart and legends are made under the lights. First off, a huge special thanks to the boys at Knuckleheadz for putting this series together, and to Team DWR Dirt Warrior Racing for stepping up as our proud sponsor. Without either of them, this whole show wouldn't be possible. And remember, Every lap, every slide job, every door-to-door battle you're about to witness will be called by the one, the only Bob with BobbethTV, the magician with the mic, the voice from the land down under, bringing you every ounce of the action! But before we drop the green, tonight, we remember the man behind the name, the man whose hands turned wrenches like an artist, whose heart beat with the sound of roaring engines, Phil Shuler. This series is for you! May you forever soar above the dirt tracks, riding with the warriors you built for, the racers you believed in, and the sport you loved with everything you had! Race fans, the stage is set, the engines are rumbling, the dirt is ready to fly! This is the Shuler Racing Series, and it's go time! For the sound of thunder and wheels, fuel in his veins, dirt under his heels. Phil Shuler built more than steel and chrome. He built a legacy drivers call home. White knuckle rides on a Saturday night, slide jobs flying under stadium lights. Every boat, every weld, every part he made, built for the brave who ain't afraid. This is the Shuler Racing Series, where legends are born and dreams ain't easy. He gave it all for the fearless few, for the ones who drive like they got nothing to lose. Dirt's flying, engines crying, hearts beating loud, feels riding with them in every lap now. It's more than a race, it's a tribute to flame, and we carry it on in the Shuler name. From the garage to the checkered line, he poured in love, he gave it time. Not just a car, it was a warrior shield, built for battle on that red clay field. Safety first for the bold and the fast, to make sure every driver makes it back. He was the heart, the soul, the spark. Now his legacy races through the dark. This is the Shuler Racing Series, where legends are born and dreams ain't easy. He gave it all for the fearless few, for the ones who drive like they got nothing to lose. Dirt's flying, engines crying, hearts beating loud, feels riding with them in every lap now. It's more than a race, it's a tribute to flame, and we carry it on in the Shuler name. Presented by Knuckleheadz, we fly that flag. Dirt warrior racing's got our backs in the pack. BobbethTV brings the heat to the screen. It's the wildest show this dirt's ever seen. This is the Shuler Racing Series. It's about love, grit, and white knuckle fury. From pit to podium, it's all fulfilled. His passion and drive are racing still. Dirt's flying, tires grinding, we light up the track with feel in our hearts. We ain't ever looking back. This is more than a race, it's a legend in flame, and we'll ride till the end in the Shuler name. Yeah, we ride every turn, every fight, fulfill under the lights. Race fans, welcome to the Shuler Racing Series, where horsepower meets heart and legends are made under the lights. First off, a huge special thanks to the boys at Knuckleheadz for putting this series together, and to Team DWR Dirt Warrior Racing for stepping up as our proud sponsor. Without either of them, this whole show wouldn't be possible. And remember, Every lap, every slide job, every door-to-door battle you're about to witness will be called by the one, the only Bob with BobbethTV, the magician with the mic, the voice from the land down under, bringing you every ounce of the action! But before we drop the green, tonight, we remember the man behind the name, the man whose hands turned wrenches like an artist, whose heart beat with the sound of roaring engines. Phil Shuler, this series is for you! May you forever soar above the dirt tracks, riding with the warriors you built for, the racers you believed in, and the sport you loved with everything you had! Race fans, the stage is set, the engines are rumbling, the dirt is ready to fly! This is the Shuler Racing Series, and it's go time! For the sound of thunder and wheels, fuel in his veins, dirt under his heels. Phil Shuler built more than steel and chrome. He built a legacy drivers call home. White knuckle rides on a Saturday night, slide jobs flying under stadium lights. Every boat, every weld, every part he made, built for the brave who ain't afraid. This is the Shuler Racing Series, where legends are born and dreams ain't easy. He gave it all for the fearless few, for the ones who drive like they got nothing to lose. Dirt's flying, engines crying, hearts beating loud, feels riding with them in every lap now. It's more than a race, it's a tribute of flame, and we carry it on in the Shuler name. From the garage to the checkered line, he poured in love, he gave it time. Not just a car, it was a warrior shield, built for battle on that red clay field. Safety first for the bold and the fast, to make sure every driver makes it back. He was the heart, the soul, the spark. Now his legacy races through the dark. This is the Shuler Racing Series, where legends are born and dreams ain't easy. He gave it all for the fearless few, for the ones who drive like they got nothing to lose. Dirt's flying, engines crying, hearts beating loud, feels riding with them in every lap now. It's more than a race, it's a tribute of flame, and we carry it on in the Shuler name. Presented by Knuckleheadz, we fly that flag. Dirt warrior racing's got our backs in the pack. BobbethTV brings the heat to the screen. It's the wildest show this dirt's ever seen. This is the Shuler Racing Series. It's about love, grit, and white knuckle fury. From pit to podium, it's all for Phil. His passion and drive are racing still. Dirt's flying, tires grinding, we light up the track with Phil in our hearts. We ain't ever looking back. This is more than a race, it's a legend in flame, and we'll ride till the end in the Shuler name. Yeah, we ride every turn, every fight for Phil under the lights. Race fans, welcome to the Shuler Racing Series, where horsepower meets heart and legends are made under the lights. First off, a huge special thanks to the boys at Knuckleheadz for putting this series together, and to Team DWR Dirt Warrior Racing for stepping up as our proud sponsor. Without either of them, this whole show wouldn't be possible. And remember, Every lap, every slide job, every door-to-door battle you're about to witness will be called by the one, the only Bob with BobbethTV, the magician with the mic, the voice from the land down under, bringing you every ounce of the action! But before we drop the green, tonight, we remember the...
Alright, as awesome as that intro is, we're just going to cut it off there and kick on into the next race, the second of 2 races here today for the Knuckleheadz iRacing League. Why does it say non-wing 360 sprints? I thought it was 410 sprints. Oh, I got the, I didn't update the info, that's all it did. There we go, that'll fix it. Non-wing 410 sprints here at Williams Grove Speedway, Mechanicsburg, USA, the Shuler Racing Series. Let's get down to the track for practice. See what sort of times the boys are pulling out. We just have 6 registered so far, but the lobby has just opened. So we anticipate more guys coming in to the race very soon. But for now, please enjoy the practice session, and I'll be back soon. right, one race in, one still to come. We've already completed the Wayneswood Arse Racing Series, the Asphalt Street Stocks at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. Now we've got the Shuler Racing Series. Let me just get these hiccups out of the way. Shuler Racing Series 410 non-wing sprint cars here at Williams Grove Speedway. Looks like we've just got a field of 8 here today, so this one a little bit of a trickier competition. Only the braver drivers that come out for this one. Look at that Cookie Monster machine. That's awesome, Dawson. I love that. Chips ahoy. KC McLean. Chad's lucky I'm not there. I'd have to show him how it's done. KC, unfortunately, life getting in the way, family, more important than racing. So, not able to get out on the track and show Chad how it's done. 18.511. I was just about to say quick time was about a little bit slower than that, but not much. 18.511 is a quick time. 18.589 second quickest, and 19.176 third quickest. That's Travis McDonald and Wayne Bridges. We've still got the Motor International Limited late models to come tomorrow. Now, I do have to tell the guys this. I've forgotten to give you better notice, but there will be no broadcast next week. Bob will be on holidays. In fact, I better actually just mention that now. It sort of crept up on me. I didn't realize how soon it was coming up. In 511, 18589, 19008, 19176, 19359, and 387, 398, and 497. There's some close times in that back half. Let's see how that translates in qualifying. We're going to throw over to qualifying in about 30 seconds. Alright, that looks like a practice has finished qualifying, about to kick into gear. Yeah, no one, that's Matthew Land on our screens right there. Jonathan Foxworth, Wayne Bridges, Travis McDonald also out for qualifying. Dawson Potter getting quick time. 19.014. 19.123 for Jonathan Foxworth. 19.287 for Doug Norton. Still 3 guys to qualify. There it is. That's all our times on the board there. All 8 drivers currently registering times. Anyone that might have a little bit of an opportunity to better it will give it a shot. Chad Putterbowl puts himself into second with an 18.971, 18.789 for Travis McDonald. Pushes Dawson's 19.014 down to third quickest. And looks like qualifying is done. Wonder if they'll run it out for the final 2.5 minutes just in case some other people want to join the session, or whether we'll kick it on over to our heat racing. Looks like they're going to let it run. All right, grid for heat 1. Travis McDonald, Dawson, Potter. Let's try and get up to the lead here. Doug Norton and Matthew Land. It's going to be 2 4-car heats. Inside line will be decided first. Then outside line up next. Keep your work. Yeah, that's the way, Chad. Get in that trash talk. No, I think it was more softball. I think if KC had a choice, we know where he would be tonight. All right, the 88, the 44, the 52, the 091. Travis McDonald, Dawson, Potter, Doug Norton, Matthew Land inside a line. Ramifications here. First, third, fifth, and seventh starting positions up for grabs. And he keeps saying that. That's the way, Vicky. Call him out. Call him out. But no, the truth gets there. Wish you were here, brother. Hate you missed it. There's some good competitive racing that happens on this track, and yeah, it's always fun to see. All right, Williams Grove Speedway, Heat 1 of the Shuler Racing Series non-wing 410 sprints underway here. Oh, we have contact straight away, though. That is going to be Dawson Potter and Doug Norton. We'll leave everything where it is at the moment. Currently single file line up here. Travis McDonald, Matthew Land, Dawson Potter, Doug Norton. This is heat 1 of the Shuler Racing Series, the non-wing 410 sprint car round here at Williams Grove Speedway. Chad speaks highly of him all in good. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, it is. It's just that friendly rivalry. Let's face it, Chad's glad that he's not here today because it means he doesn't have to. That's one less competitor he's going to have to worry about. Right, this should be the last time around the track before we get this one back underway. Tim Brown, thanks for the like, brother. Alright, double wide, a restart. Travis McDonald, Matthew Land, front row. Dawson Potter, Doug Norton, second row. Travis will have the restart. As we get to the start finish line flag waves, off we go. Just a green-white checkered finish here. 5 and 6 laps still to come. Unless it decides to extend itself out to a 7-lap heat race at the end of this lap, which iRacing can be known to do when there's a caution in the heat race. Nope, looks like we are white flag lapping it here. Travis McDonald, he was our victor in the previous race, the Waynesworld Racing Series, Waynesworld Arse Racing Series, sorry. Looking like he's going to lock in. Oh, it looks like Dawson and Doug Norton come into contact again. Matthew Land is going to lock that second place run in. Oh, it looks like Dawson off the back on the road quicker. So he's going to lock in that third place run. All right, let's get to the results. Oh, there they go. It's like they're not up yet. That's weird. All right, Mo Diggy Murphy's Doug Norton finished 4th, KHR's very own Dawson Potter in 3rd. Then we had Matthew Land in 2nd. Travis McDonald is our race winner, though, as we move on over to our grid for our final heat race for the night. It's going to be Chad Puttable on that front row. Jonathan Foxworth alongside him. Wayne Bridges and Alan Hunt behind them. Dan in the chat. Application to the group is sent. Car is designed and ready. Awesome, brother. I can't wait. Can't wait to see you back on the screens. Ranking a lot most likely. No. Alright, heat 2, our final heat race for tonight is about to start. It's going to be Jonathan Fox with Chepwood front row, Wayne Bridges, Alan Hunt on that second row. The 20 versus the 29, the 92 versus the 72. Looks like Chad Whittle off to a great start there. Jonathan Foxworth, Alan Hunt, Wayne Bridges, second, third, and fourth. Well, the 72 getting very, very loose there, trying to avoid that wall. Wayne Bridges got around him without any contact. Was very sketchy for a moment or two, but the boys handled it quite well. Alright, Chad Whittle, a last lap here at Williams Grove Speedway. Looks like Alan Hunt's come unstuck again. Jonathan Foxworth though, quick time 18.868 there, 19 seconds for Chad Whittle last lap. Not that it's going to matter, checkered flag is there. Chad Whittle's going to skewer, I said secure is the word I was going for. The outside pole starting position. He is still spinning. How is he doing that? That was making me dizzy. All right, results for Heat 2. It is going to be Privateer Alan Hunt in fourth, third Wayne Bridges, the B-Main Bandit Jonathan Foxworth in second, and Chad Whittle for Dirtway Racing in first. All right, our grid for our feature race. It's going to be Travis McDonald, Chad Whittle front row, Matthew Landon, Jonathan Foxworth second row, third row of Dawson Potter and Wayne Bridges, Doug Norton and Alan Hunt will be on that third and final row. Tom Land is our points leader and winner from last week, so no EOLs this week. Just guys are lining up as they qualified. Bloody coffin fit. Wow. Nose is all blocked. That's really good. This one's about to start. 30 laps. Oh, wow. Whew. Getting old. All right, Travis Norton, Chad Whittle, Matthew Land, Jonathan Foxworth, Dawson Potter, Wayne Bridges, Alan Hunt, Doug Norton. 30 laps. The Shuler Racing Series underway. Oh, Chad Whittle getting that race car out to a race lead very quickly. Travis versus Chad up the front. Jonathan Foxworth and Dawson at Potter back there behind them. Matthew Land, Wayne Bridges, Alan Hunt, Doug Norton. Oh, just trying to clear my throat just a little bit there. That is horrible. I could just quit smoking and all other evil stuff I do, and it might make it better, but Woodabov still leading this battle with Travis McDonald, Jonathan Foxworth second and third, Dawson Potter fourth, fifth, Wayne Bridges, Alan Hunt, Matthew Land, Doug Norton, the 6 to 8 in this 8-car non-winged 410 sprint field. There's only 8 cars, maybe I need to give them a try next. Yeah, look, the car count generally sits around 10 to 13, if not a little bit higher. There was a bit of talk about this one being a bit of a tricky combination this week, so I think that sort of kept a few of the guys out of it. But no, always welcome, man. I do have the cameras sort of set to look around the field here. Right now, though, it is catching the Travis McDonald, Chad Puterball battle up the front. Seems to be the most opportunistic battle at the moment. I do see on the track map Matthew Lane and Doug Norton battling it for 7th and 8th. So Matthew Lane has that battle under control though. Oh, Jesus. All right, we are coming up on lap traffic. Chad Puterball and Travis McDonald. Coming up with Doug Norton and Matthew Land. Doug Norton staying up high there. Chad running a bit of a mid-line. Travis looks like more of a lower line there. Chad able to get past the 2 lap traffic drivers in Doug Norton and Matthew Land. Travis McDonald just getting past that last one, and now in Alan Hunt. Oh, sorry, Doug Norton. As a caution came out. Oh, looks like there might have been a blink. It's not the crash. See what happened here. There we go, Doug Norton getting up into the wall. Looks like the 29 Jonathan Foxworth getting into him as well. Lap 12 of 30, almost at the halfway mark of this battle. That will be the restart. Alright, here we go. Chad Woodwell, Travis McDonald, Dawson Potter, Wayne Bridges, Jonathan Fox with Alan Hunt, Matthew Land, Doug Norton, lap 12 of 30. This is the Shuler Racing Series for the Knuckleheadz iRacing League. We're at Williams Grove Speedway. Battling it out in our final feature race for the day. Still got the Motorware International Limited late models to come tomorrow. That'll be our final broadcast for a week as Bob takes the week off to go on holidays, going to a gaming expo and the mainland of Australia for the week, catching up with some friends and crew. Should be a good time, good recharge. Looks like Doug Norton has headed on over to the pits there. We're going to get lap 15 of 30, the last lap of the first half of this feature race. Lap 15 will be our start, 15 to go on completion. Here we go. Chapman, Bob, Travis McDonald, Dawson, Potter, Jonathan Foxworth, Alan Hunt, Wayne Bridges, Matthew Land, Doug Norton. 8 cars remain. 15 laps still to come. Quick time on that starting lap, 19.628. 21.51 was the closest, almost a half a second quicker as he's got that gap out to about a second lead on Travis McDonald in second place there. 19 of 30. We had a bit of a green flag run here. Chad Putterbox to that race leader. That man on our screens there, Travis McDonald in a second. Jonathan Foxworth, that other man on our screens in third. Dawson Potter fourth. Wayne Bridges fifth. Alan Hunt currently sixth. Matthew Land and Doug Norton seventh and eighth. Just 10 laps, or less than 10 laps to go now. 22nd lap underway. 30 is the total. Jonathan Foxworth doing what he can to try and close that gap between himself and Travis McDonald. Looks like Travis trying to do the same with him and Chad. KC McLean, what's up, Bob? Just got home. How are you, brother? I am great, my man. Actually, you might better pass this on. I did put it in the Discord, and I apologise for the late notice, but there will be no broadcast next week. I had a holiday coming up, and I knew it was soon, and I knew I had to let people know, but I just didn't realise it was this week and next week. So, yeah, unfortunately, today's broadcast will be the last one for a week. We'll take the week off, and then we'll be back the following week to pick up where we left off. But by all means, save the replays, send them through via email, and I'll get them up as delayed broadcasts like I usually do. Less than 5 to go in this one. Chad Putterbox. Don't want to jinx him, but he is running away with this. How was the game? Did she win? Or did she just have a good time at least? That's the cat's mother. Did your daughter have a good time in softball? Alright, looks like on the track map there, the 20 coming up on the 09-1 pretty quickly, but the 44 Dawson Potter has come to a stop. So I shouldn't get a broadcaster's curse next week. I try not to hand them out. And yeah, she won by... excellent, excellent. It's going to be green, white, checkered finish when we get this one going. Lap 29 and 30 should be our final 2 laps for the race. And Chad Putterbox hold on at one last restart. I think Phil's riding on the Nerf bar. I hope so. I hope so. I hope so, Vic. I hope so. One more time around the track. We're going to get this one done. Looks like it's going to be single file restart. as we pass the start-finish line, we'll know for sure in a second. Yeah, it is. It's going to be. So it's going to be Chad Putterball, Travis McDonald, Jonathan Foxworth, Wayne Bridges, Alan Hunt, Matthew Land, Dawson Potter, Doug Norton. 8 cars, 2 laps. Let's see if Travis can go back-to-back here today. Can Chad hold on and take out the Shuler Racing Series round at the Williams Grove Speedway? Let's find out. All right, here we go. Final 2 laps of this race. Green, white, checkered finish coming up. Let's get up to the leader here, Bob. We need to watch Chad, not the field, unfortunately. Whoa, the B-Main Bandit, Jonathan Foxworth, looked like he was making a bit of a play for Travis McDonald there, but slid across the face of the exit, which washed off a bit of that speed. Might have done that on purpose to avoid contact, though. We come into 3 and 4 for the final time today. Travis McDonald's not going to go back-to-back. He is going to go first and second, but Chad Putterball is going to take out the Williams Grove Speedway round of the Shuler Racing Series. As we await the results. Oh, they're here already. Quickest ones to come through all day. All right, we know Doug Norton from Mo Diggy Mafia finished in 8th. Motor International's Matthew Land in 7th. The B-Main Bandit, Jonathan Foxworth in 6th. KHR's Vero Dawson Potter in 5th, Alan Hunt 4th, Wayne Bridges 3rd, Travis McDonald 2nd, but DWR Dirt Warrior Racing's Chad Putterball, gets the job done. Might have been a little help from Phil there. As we get everything set up for the interview, let's get the interview channel open. Let's go have a chat. Right, we'll just check out the point situation here. So Chad just outside the top 5 in 6th. Andy Williams, Kent McLean, Travis McDonald, John Bennett, Tom Land, the top 5 drivers. So this, with the exception of Travis McDonald, will have ramifications on the points. And here we go. Chad Putterball in the chat. Congratulations, brother. What a race. I know that we've had a lot of guys who have been fortunate enough in the Knuckleheadz iRacing League to have a series generated, and obviously this one being the Shuler Racing series that you've built. And one of those things we do know is that person generally likes to, you want to get a win in that competition somewhere because, it's your series. It's sort of almost bragging rights, and it's taken, I think 8 races here. You've finally got yourself on the board. The 9th race, actually, I think we're in. 1, 2, I can't count. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th. Yeah, in the 9th race, you've picked up your first victory in the Shuler Racing Series. Second last week, but a victory this week. It's got to feel good to get that monkey off your back.
It feels great. And man, I got on this morning or this afternoon and tried these 410s here at Williams Grove, and I thought there's no way because they're such a handful, but we pulled it off.
You did. I did say that I obviously get up in the middle of the night for old guy things, and I always like to jump on the phone and have a bit of a squiz. And I did see, especially this morning, just before I was getting up ready for the stream, there was a lot of talk. And I was talking to Travis about that in the prior race because I was expecting, okay, look, we're going to have different races than scheduled. But it looked like, we just sort of went ahead with what we had. And you guys definitely think there was more cautions in the Asphalt Street stocks than this one. This one a little bit more hectic in terms of control, though. We just had the 3 yellow flags. Talk us through it.
Definitely a handful.
Yeah, that straightaway seems to build a lot more speed than you expect into the turns, I think.
Yeah, I used more brake tonight than I think I have in the last 20 races. You you really had to woe her down going into the corner and kind of just kind of fight it through there. And it started slicking off. That made it a little tougher. I am so happy to take this win, especially in honor of Phil.
Mm.
I wish that Kent could have made it, and Tom Land, he's on a cruise, because those two guys are the top headhunters in this division. And I want to, everybody's good, but I want to beat Kent on the bottom in one of these, and until I do, I'm not going to be satisfied.
Yep. I know Josh Roberts, another one who inspired by Casey, by Ken McLean to run that low line a bit more. He's sort of made that a bit of a weapon, that low to mid line, and a lot of guys have really reevaluated how they drive, and look, it's sort of a double-edged sword because the competition's only getting better, but at the same time, you know, for as good as you're getting racing against him, he has to be getting better having you race against him. So it's that never-ending struggle of trying to close that skill gap. And I really don't think there is a big skill gap here between any of you drivers. We used to describe it as good to great, but I think it's more great to excellent now in terms of the skill set. Like, some of these guys have really leveled up, and you guys have brought a lot of other drivers along the way. Dawson Potter, Matt Land's another good one. We saw the Yoda Outlaws boys in the previous races. I think everyone really in with a shot. So taking a victory in a named series, that is, I would call that almost a championship win, because that is such a hard thing to get done in this competition.
Yeah, and thanks to everybody that stuck it out tonight, Randy. A lot of guys don't want to run them, so they won't stick around for these 410s. They'll run the midgets and the outlaws and maybe the 360s. The 410s are a whole new animal. So I'm so glad these guys all stayed in here with us and ran this one tonight to keep this, the show going. And Travis McDonald, he was coming on. I could see him back there, and he was getting aggravated with me because on the restarts I kept taking the inside, and I told him it's because I know I'm going to push up and he's going to have to check up, and that would let me run away with it, and that's what we did.
It was a great battle. It looked like, for as much as Travis could do to catch up to you, he had Jonathan Foxworth till the end of the race. Looked like Jonathan fell off the field, fell back to 6, but was putting on such a great battle there. It really made it. I often say that to the winner, that you sort of have to slip third place, a fiver or something, because that battle, that constant pressure he put on Travis, I think kept Travis as sort of, he was only allowed to, not able to apply more than 90% of focus to you. He had to leave a little in reserve for the guy behind him. And I think that is probably what kept that 0.4 of a gap sort of real. Travis, I think, on a couple of those restarts, especially on the start lap, was about half a second quicker a couple of the times there. Well, let me see if I can actually see. I think it was something like 20 to 19.5 was sort of the rough times. Probably even less. Oh, yeah. So I think, the last few laps are about 22nd to 19.89s, but I think there was one point there where you ran a 20 and he ran like a 19.5. But, obviously we talk about race speed. You've got enough speed to sort of keep up with someone, to catch up with someone. It's having that skill, having that speed left over to get by them. That is the biggest obstacle, the part where you run out of sort of options and have to rely on the driver in front of you to make a mistake, which doesn't happen that often.
No, but I was thankful that Jonathan was up there battling with Travis, because that made it easier on me.
Yeah. Definitely does. Now, just before we wrap up, obviously big shout out to guys like Matthew Land and Doug Norton as well. Both guys caught up as lap traffic with you guys, but also racing each other. So it's always fun watching someone battle someone else, but then have to sort of, I guess, deal with a completely different battle that's not part of it. And I feel like you guys, all four of you, handled those battles well. Enough people it was sort of one in, one out as you sort of came through, and that happened twice. Are there ever any concerns with lap traffic? Is it like that, where you know that they're just going to be where they need to be and you can just do your thing?
Yeah, I mean, all of us have pretty much ran together to where we kind of know what the other one's going to do. There's a lot of respect out here on the track. When they see the leaders coming up, everybody knows to either hold your line or move up, and everybody does it. They're not, intentionally getting in our way, and accidents happen, but for the most part, everybody's pretty respectful.
No, could not have said it better. All right, my man. Well, look, congratulations. Still the one more race to go this week. That's tomorrow with the limited late models, Motor International. Sorry, limited late models. They will be at, let's see, where are we tomorrow? USA International. So, bit of a week for long straightaways. Williams Grove today. We had USA International yesterday. Back again tomorrow. So, limited late models. That should be a good show. You looking forward to that one?
Yeah, I'm hoping I can make it. This depends on what's going on here at the homestead. But
Yep.
as of now, we're going to try. If not, then we'll be back on Sunday night.
Excellent. All right, my man. Well, look, congratulations taking out your first victory in the Shuler Racing Series. Hopefully, more to come. That part always up to you. Wish I could, if I could control the broadcaster's curse, that would be interesting. We could start doing some deals. But until then, we just have to rely on you guys and your skill and luck. But before we let you go, you've sort of given a little bit of thanks, but let's get it official. Friends and family sponsors, who do you need to give a shout out to?
Obviously, you, Bob, for doing the broadcast, doing a great job every week, show after show. All the guys there at Knuckleheadz, and without them, we wouldn't be doing this. To my wife for letting me do it, Mama Shuler for always watching, Shuler Chassis, BladeNode.com, Pooty Graphics, iRacing iFlag, BCR Sim Sports, 304 Roots, JD Trucking, Junk Fabrication. All the guys over at Team DWR and Dirt Panda. Without them, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. And all friends, families, and sponsors.
Awesome, man. It's always good to have a really good support network behind them. But we see you on the track week in, week out. You never fail to put on a good show. So I feel like they're just as lucky to have you as you are to have them. It's an all-round support. Vic in the chat, way to go, so proud, and shout out to all the drivers and you, Bob, for making this possible. It's, as I say each week, you guys are the show. I'll put you on the screen against any competition out there and be confident in knowing that you guys are going to put on a good show. I've got the easiest job in the world. I just have to display it out there. You're the ones that are the real talent. So, big ups to you guys for making this one of the easiest things I've ever had to do. It's an absolute joy. All right, well, we'll see you hopefully tomorrow night on our screens. I do have a holiday coming up, so I won't be. I've put a notice in the Discord, and I've apologized for the short notice as well. I let Kent know. I'm actually off next week due to a holiday. I've seen Travis and all you guys taking holidays. And I'm like, you know what? I feel like I deserve one. So I'm taking off for a week for a bit of a boys' trip. So good luck next week. I'll get you guys to send me the replays and I can do a delayed broadcast so that the races do get seen, but we won't be live, unfortunately, next week. So best of luck with those competitions.
Thanks, sir.
All right, my man, I'll let you go. You enjoy the rest of your evening. As I say, hopefully we'll see you tomorrow, but if not, we'll talk to you again sometime soon.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. That was Chad Puttable, our winner here today. I went to say Chad Shuler for some reason. Shuler Racing Series, part of the Knuckleheadz iRacing League. As I said, we're still at the Motor International Limited Late Models to come tomorrow, USA International. All right, we're going to wrap up there because my holiday is coming up very soon. I've still got a few things to get ready, so I'm going to go get that sorted. Thank you so much to everyone in the chat, KC, Vicky, Dan. Who else did we have? Chad was there for a bit. Alan, Chris Dandridge, Tim Brown, Chad, Brian, Dawson, Thomas, Lolly for the likes, and for everyone just lurking and coming along and watching. Thank you so much. We'll be back again tomorrow. You know the drill. My name's Bob. Love yous all. Bye.